reason I'm running for Congress, or the main reason, the first reason, is climate, and the fact that it is really truly up to the United States government to address this. We are the biggest emitter by per capita, and a lot of the emissions that even the largest emitter in the world, China, produces are produced on our behalf because they're manufacturing most of our goods. We also have the technology, the bandwidth, the economic structure to be able to be the leader on the planet for addressing climate change. Interestingly, at this time when the economy is going to be taking this big downturn because of the COVID-19 pandemic, I think there is a real opportunity to do something like what's been proposed. They're calling the Green New Deal, which is essentially a jobs program hiring millions of people to do all of the things we know we need to do, from changing out our energy production system from coal and natural gas to renewable sources, building the smart grid, electrifying a lot of our transportation systems, shifting the way we grow food, getting away from the giant agribusinesses and getting back to smaller family farms that are using much more sustainable methods of farming, which not only don't pour a bunch of crap into our rivers and therefore the ocean, but also sequester carbon in the soil. This is our moment that we could, we're disrupted already. So we should take this moment and hire the millions of people that will be out of work because of COVID-19, the millions of people who need to transition away from jobs they have with the oil industry, the coal industry, or whatever, and put them to work doing all of those things that we know we need to do. I mean, we need to retrofit all of our buildings. The new buildings we build need to be net zero or close to it. There's just thousands of things, and I think this is an amazing opportunity to just do it, get it done. It'll be very curious. I think a lot of people have noticed that even just taking a break for a few weeks, for I guess it's been longer than that now, how much cleaner the environment is, how much cleaner the air is in particular. I'm seeing more wildlife than I'm used to seeing. So nature has a way of bouncing back if we give it half a chance. And hopefully what people see on their day-to-day lives will inspire them to be interested in this concept. That plus having good paying jobs, solving the biggest crisis that we've ever faced. Yes, we need to dramatically change our timber industry. We need to be harvesting much more sustainably. We need to stay completely away from all of our waterways, all the watersheds. It's unreal to me that they've allowed the private timber industry to cause watersheds on the coast, cities' water supplies, to be so degraded by clear cuts that they're having to drill wells on the coast of Oregon. But we need to start working back towards much healthier forests, planting multiple species, not simply Doug firs, because there is a certain amount of climate change baked into the system already. And the Doug firs do well in the environment we currently have. They may not do as well as things warm and dry. So we should be planting multiple species as we're restoring our forests. And we need to end aerial spraying altogether. I agree. The great thing about sustainable harvest is that it puts more people to work in the forest. The big down to the mechanization of the timber industry, and jobs that used to take 16 people to do now take 2. So we could put more people back to work harvesting sustainably. We could stop offshoring our raw logs and put people back to work in our mills here and produce products like cross-laminated timber, which then reduce our steel and concrete use, which are far higher carbon footprint than wood buildings. So the big, amazing cross-laminated timber buildings can be a real boon to the future, to storing carbon and then restoring those forests. Question here, she's asking, Cindy is asking if I support fixing broadband. If by fixing you mean making sure that all cities, all rural areas have fiber and therefore high-speed internet, then yes, I think very similar to back in the day when the rural electrification process was so important. We are now in a phase when internet is just as important to people's lives and to businesses. So I think that should be a nationwide process to get high-speed internet to everyone.
Okay, great. Well, I think we're just going to end it on this note.